Hey everyone, I'm Matoki and I make silly videos on the internet. Today I'm showing you how to speed ramp and do some viral edit trends that use speed ramping. For example, you may have seen this super fast transition effect, or maybe you've seen this style of hype edit with your favorite actors or singers. They're really fun and easy, so let me show you how in Adobe Premiere Pro. Before we do the trend edits, let me show you how to speed ramp super quick. With your video on the timeline, right click on this mini FX, go down to time remapping and click speed. And now there should be a line across the middle of the video. If you hold Control or Command click, you can add a keyframe. When we click and drag this line up, it'll speed it up, and when we go down, it'll make it slower. If you drag out the ends of the keyframe, you can change how gradual you want that speed change to happen. You can also click and drag the handles of that to change the velocity. Awesome, that's it. Just wanted to get that out of the way in case you don't care about the viral trend stuff, which is so valid. It's all good. Let's start with my favorite trend, which is the velocity edit used to show off fancy cars or cool outfits. I see this effect everywhere, but I don't know, maybe it's just my algorithm. I got some edited down clips that my friend shot of me. I don't have a fancy car, but I do have a sick ride. For this effect to work well, the person filming needs to go around you in a semicircle each time, trying to keep the subject as close to the center of frame as possible. Ideally, you have a Steadicam or some kind of gimbal, but most people don't, myself included, and that's okay. We'll just use the budget version, which is Warp Stabilizer. After Premiere analyzes and stabilizes, I'm just gonna change the smoothness to like 10%. Don't need that much. Then I will nest that video and then right click and go up to replace with After Effects composition. In After Effects, we're gonna double down on stabilization. In the tracker window, click Stabilize Motion. We're gonna do some classic motion tracking. So take that point and let's just bring it up to something contrasty. I think this bridge of my sunglasses should do the trick. I'll hit that forward arrow and let After Effects do some of this computer wizardry. Let's hit apply and okay. Doing this head tracking isn't really necessary, to be honest, but it does make it cooler. Now I shot this in 4K knowing that I'm gonna have to reframe this later. So I'm gonna go up on the scale and reposition. Perfect, I'm liking that a lot. But if you're doing this and you didn't really wanna zoom in too much like I did and you're still missing some edges, you can go to Content Aware Fill and then generate a fill layer. And that will fill out that frame for you. There's some kind of machine learning thing. Probably magic, let's be real. Back in Premiere, what you did in After Effects is already applied. I will make that a nested sequence again, and now we can speed ramp. Like I showed you before, let's hit the little FX, go to time remapping and hit speed. You could even go to effect controls and under time remapping, hit the stopwatch next to speed. But personally, I like editing on the clip because I don't know, it's more fun. It doesn't matter. For this particular effect, I'm gonna find the spot that I want in normal time and make keyframes around it and make the beginning and end really fast. Kind of just depends on how fast your videographer was, but I think around 1,000 to 1,500 is pretty good usually. Then I will make those speed changes ease in. I found that making this U shape works pretty well, but it just depends on what you want. I went ahead and stabilized the other clips like I did the first one. Luckily for me, these other clips are practically the same length as the first. So I'll copy that first clip and paste the attributes onto the other ones, making sure I have time remapping checked. I'll just do a little bit of tweaking here, but then we're all done. Altogether, it'll kind of look like a zipper, I guess. I'd say that this trend is pretty music driven typically. So if you're gonna add some music, try to make it hit with the beats. But yeah, first video is all done. Next, we have the hype edit trend. Same as before, I have some clips edited down already. They're all of me, yes. I feel incredibly narcissistic. Don't worry, we're on the same page. All right, back to the basics. Let's add a speed ramp. I'm gonna make the beginning really fast. This time we're gonna use a little slow-mo, so I'm gonna make the second half around 50%. Now, I didn't actually shoot in slow-mo, so you'll have a little stutter there. Some people like that, but I like to go to time interpolation and hit optical flow, and that'll make it a lot smoother for you. All right, the next step is to go up to File, New, Adjustment Layer, hit OK, drag that onto your footage, and resize to that one clip. I'll add the transform effect. Beautiful. And now in effect controls, go down to transform, up the shutter angle. That'll add some nice motion blur for you. Then hit the stopwatch next to scale, move forward 2 frames, up the scale up to 110. Now a couple frames from the end, make it 125. And at the very end, make that 140. Look at us, we're killing this. Now speed ramp the other clips, and then you can copy and paste that adjustment layer over those as well. And now you'll have a fun little speed transition with a zoom effect. You know, I don't really know why, but every time I see this effect done, there's like an insane amount of color grading. I'll add Lumetri color to a adjustment layer. Is it Lumetri? Lumetri? I don't know. Let's make it just really warm and contrasty. Yeah, that's it. This is another trend that relies heavily on music. So let's add a track. I got some funk music in there. This is one of those trends that's like anything goes. You know what I mean? You can add flashes, shakes. Let's see what a shake looks like. This is so dumb. and I love it. I think everybody should have a hype edit. This last trend effect I'm gonna show you is combining real time with a speed ramp. This is the example. It's a lot easier than you may think. All you have to do is shoot a clip of you standing there and then a shot without you. In After Effects, I use the roto brush tool to select parts of me that I wanted, kind of like this, and removed parts that I didn't want. And then back in Premiere, I put that clip above a speed ramp background. And that's it. That's all that I have for this tutorial. Hopefully you learned a little something about speed ramping. Let me know which trend that you enjoyed the most. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.